Yo. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. It's your boy AD, the Black Viking, man, tapping in with y'all from the great state of Texas, city of Houston. Forgive me for a little bit of the noise. We out here at a hotel by the airport. I wanted to get on here and do a little flashback memory today with regards to some stuff that I seen on the news that's going on back in my hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana. There is a execution coming up today, I think tonight, of Benjamin Ritchie out of Indianapolis. He's the Beech Grove cop killer. Yeah, the individual that killed the Beech Grove officer back in 2000. I know him quite well. I wanted to build on that. Some of the stuff that I knew about him from interactions that I had with him in the time that I knew him. Like I said, it happened in 2000. In 2000, I was on the run from Indiana for escape. And I had got away from the SWAT team during that time. And I had made it out to California. And while I was out there living in California, I had ended up catching another case and was ultimately sent to prison in California. It gave me a strike, sent me to prison for 3 years. And I ended up doing almost 2 in California and was extradited back to Indiana for trial. And I had 2 different cases. And for one, I beat all of the charges, and then I had left the escape from getting away with the handcuffs on from the SWAT team from the Marion County Sheriff's Department. I had escaped when they came to serve a warrant at my residence in Eagle Terrace. At the time, I was staying in the far west side of Indianapolis in Eagle Terrace apartments. I know some of y'all remember, it's like Little Mexico now. But they had serving a warrant, the SWAT team, and they got me in custody. And when I got out, I ended up getting away from them and escaped with the handcuffs behind my back and made it out to California, where I had been out in California hiding out. And like I said, I had ended up catching another case that I ultimately ended up going to penitentiary for in California. So fast forward, I get back to Indiana, and while I'm in, this was 2001, no, late 2000, early 2001, I got back. Early 2001, I got back to Indiana, to Indianapolis, Marion County Jail. Transcourt came, got me, and took me through extradition from California. I was at California State Penitentiary Solano, which is in the Bay Area, right outside Vallejo. You got two prisons up there. You got Vacaville and you got CSP Solano. CSP Vacaville and CSP Solano, they're across the street from each other up in Solano County, which is where Fairfield, Vallejo, Solano, all of that, right outside of the Oakland and San Francisco area. And so they, when I was released at California State Prison Solano, they extradited me back to Indiana. When I got back to Indiana, I'm high risk coming from California. I was on level 4. Well, actually, I had moved from level 4 to a level 3. And they still had me because of the escape case, and coming back, being extradited back from California, they put me at high risk. So I was in red. And in Indiana, when you're in a red suit, that's you a high risk. You're a cop killer, murderer, escape, all that. You got, the upper echelon severe charges. And so for me, I had escaped. and I had battery on law enforcement and all this against the SWAT team. So they had put me in the red suit, and they put me up on the fourth floor, and I was placed in a cell next door to Benjamin Ritchie. Benjamin Ritchie, hell of a white dude right there, man. I would tell you this off the top. At that time, he wasn't no racist. I don't know years later what he became, because our lives went separate direction. But during this time, he was a young white boy, young white kid, man, and he was cool. He was like Eminem or something, you know what I mean? He was Eminem before Eminem, you know. Not that he was a rapper or nothing, but he was just like a white dude that had like black principles types to a certain extent. And I remember they was trying to test him, and he was playing crazy back there. And one thing about being in lockup, they got war games that go on back there in the old Marion County Jail, right? In the old Marion County Jail, if you have never been in the old Marion County Jail, it had bars, so you can wedge your spoon or whatever in the bottom and the top, and pop the lock to move the bars and be able to get out there and fight whatever you want to use the phone, because we be in 23 and 1. You know, you be locked down 23 hours, 1 hour you get to come out and use the phone, what have you. So from time to time, day to day, there's always somebody at odds with each other. You know, there's always a beef going on. Most times, dudes don't get out of their cell. They be bar wrestling. You feel me? Just be talking. Oh, I do this, you know. And most times, it didn't really result to anything for us physical combat. What it would end up would be is it would be shit wars. I know y'all probably saying, what? What I mean by a shit war, like they would take feces and from there in their cell, and they would save it in a tray or in cups or whatever, and fill up their soda bottles like this with urine and all of that, right? And they would save it. And so then when they got access to come out, man, they'd go get the mop bucket, and they'd go up to the shower, which is at the front of the cell, right? Because it's a row of cells, 16-man cell, 8-man cell, or 12-man cell, depending on what cell block you was in. And I think we was in a 12-man cell block, so it's only 12 cells. And at the front of it is the shower, the TV, and they got 2 phones. So you go up to the shower, and they would have the mop bucket out there where when you get your hour out, it give you the opportunity to sweep out your cell, mop your cell down and all that, right? So dudes would take the shit, and they would take the urine, pour it in a bucket with water and all that, and mix it all up. And then they would come, because it's bars. So they would come to your cell with that bucket and throw it on it. And what are you gonna do? You lock behind, you're locked behind the cells. So you would get drenched with feces and urine. Yeah, crazy shit. I know y'all probably sitting there saying, well, Mr. Hollowell, was you ever a part of those? I would be lying if I said I never participated. Absolutely, I have played shit war. If that's what you want to call it. Yeah, I have participated. I never been on the receiving end, but I done gave. And that ain't, a lot of people be like, oh man, you trying to act like it. But I actually, my right hand of Allah, I never received it, not with feces and urine, but I got hit with water. I had a crazy white dude hit me with water. But now, this leads me up to one of the stories about Benjamin Ritchie, the Beech Grove cop killer. I can't remember the inmate. I can't remember his name. But him and Benjamin Ritchie kept getting into it and getting into it. And I was in the cell next to Benjamin Ritchie. He was next door to me. So we talked, we used to share food and, books and all that. Because he was, for the most part, he was a good dude. You wouldn't have thought that he was a person that had killed the police officer. He didn't, and that's how most killers are. They don't, move you to be some type of outlandish person. When you really get to know them, they really be more reserved, kind of kept to himself. He wasn't a dummy though, and he was off into his case, fighting it. And he would have those moments where he would go into he did it modes, and then he would have those modes where he didn't do it, which is typical with all inmates for the most part. But what I want to say is, I remember one time, dude tried to come over there and play aggressive with him, and they got into the bar wrestling about what they was gonna do when they got out. And I'll never forget, man, Benjamin Ritchie had the dang on the broom, and he broke that sucker. He had kept it when he went out, so he was already prepared. And dude came to his cell, and man, Benjamin stabbed that dude. I think it went in his eye. He stabbed him in the face and the eye with that broom, the broke broomstick. Yeah, man, true story. Benjamin Ritchie, that white boy was a gladiator. He wasn't no punk, not at all. And it's a crazy thing to hear that it's been almost like 25 years that they putting him down, and it made me reminisce about where I was at during that time, because I was just coming back from California, being extradited back from the California penitentiary, and they put me in the cell next to him. We was on 4th floor. I want to say we was in 4C or 4D lockup in the old side of the Marion County Jail. And yeah, man, so I just wanted to say, man, rest in peace to Benjamin Ritchie. I know some people probably from the law enforcement community wouldn't want to hear that, but we all entitled to respect in death, regardless of whatever. Let's say for the most part, most people, them children and rapists and all them, I gotta look at you a little bit differently. But and I'm gonna say, like I said, condolences to that officer that had lost his life as well. On both sides of the coin, it's messed up because both ways, family are losing their loved one. The officer family lost him, and now Benjamin Ritchie's family is about to lose him to execution. As of now, from what I'm understanding, it's a go. So I just wanted to get on here and take y'all to a flashback to the 2000s, the old side of the Marion County Jail that doesn't exist. It's been torn down now. But I was the next door neighbor to Benjamin Ritchie when he was arrested for killing the Beech Grove officer. So just wanted to get on here and tap in with y'all, man. We chilling, man. It's my last day of kicking it. About to get out of here on this road. My birthday was in a couple days. Turned 51 on Thursday. Man, we just chilling. Been chilling all weekend. Same location. Pool, palm trees. Out here at the airport. It's been a beautiful thing, man. Shout out to Hilton, man. I'm gonna say this, man. If you got a business, learn how to move. Business Business is business is business. Learn how to move, man, and start trying to align yourself. Business credit, corporate relationships. Like I have a corporate account with Hilton, so wherever I move through the earth, if it's a Hilton there, point system, all of that stuff, man. You get rewards, so forth and so on, man. It's the best way to be out, man. It's your boy 80 the Black Viking, as you know. I also want to say like, share, and subscribe. Man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Keep supporting my content, my channel. We on all the platforms, man. We on TikTok, we on Instagram, we on Facebook. It don't cost nothing, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Black Viking. Positive energy always creates elevation. Peace.